There's a movie franchise that starts arguments every Christmas in my house. Rocky. You see, the main argument is around the two characters Apollo Creed, played by the late Carl Weathers, and Clubber Lang, played by Mr. T. If you ask my older brother, he'll tell you that of these two men, the real hero is Clubber Lang.
I've always felt that way. I was always rooting for Clubber. And I still say they should have made a trilogy to certify, because they, like I said, they both won one apiece. Had Clubber had better conditioning, you can consider that plot armor for a Rocky movie, but clearly Rocky wasn't stronger. He didn't have better ring IQ, right? Clubber Lang just had poor conditioning. That's it. That's the only reason he lost the second fight to Rocky. Poor conditioning. Let's continue.
While Apollo Creed is nothing more than a corporate puppet, or if he's had a drink, a full-on sellout. I'll be honest, as a kid I couldn't understand how anyone could think that of Apollo. Brash, confident black man that exemplified the American dream.
There is no tomorrow.
But as I got older, I started thinking about my brother's theory. This is the scene in Rocky 2 where Apollo's standing on the balcony of his mansion.
This is deep.
His wife and kids are playing below. He then calls his wife over to read her some of the hate mail that he receives.
Marianne, listen to this.
Now there's one in particular that he doesn't take well to at all.
How much did you get to carry that bum for 15 rounds? You're a disgrace to your people.
Why can't you ignore it?
The theory is Clubber Lang wrote him that letter. That's a letter from Clubber Lang. That's the theory. It's fascinating. Come on, let's continue.
The only character who openly thought Apollo Creed was a bum and a disgrace to his people arrives unannounced in Rocky 3.
Philadelphia salutes its favorite son, Rocky Balboa.
Don't get a sucker-nosed statue. Give him guts.
After getting Rocky's attention, Clubber Lang proceeds to call him and all the other fighters bums.
This bum been taking the easy matches, fighting other bums.
Now remember, in Rocky 3, Mickey even admitted, say, hey, that 15 fight win streak you've been on, where do you think that came from? And Rocky was upset because he thought he was legitimately beating good fighters. Mickey even admitted to protecting Rocky. Remember that scene, y'all? You know, can we go find it? Mickey admits to, he said, you ain't got it, Rocky. He's a killer. He's an animal. He'll kill you. Right? Mickey admits to protecting Rocky. Remember that. Remember that scene. He's a wrecking machine, right? Remember that.
Why'd you leave? Why'd you walk away like that?
Life's too short, kid.
Where you going?
I'm going on a permanent vacation.
What are you talking about? We got one more fight.
No, not we, you.
Why are you doing this? I said, why are you doing this?
Because you can't win, Rock. This guy will kill you to death inside of 3 rounds.
You're crazy.
What else is new?
He's just another fighter.
No, he ain't just another fighter. This guy is a wrecking machine, and he's hungry. Hell, you ain't been hungry since you won that belt.
Oh, what are you talking about? I've had 10 title defenses.
That was easy.
What do you mean easy?
He was handpicked.
They were handpicked. I love watching these movies as I get older, and you start picking up on shit like, what? Because as a kid, you're not looking for this stuff. It's over your head. You just, but as a grown adult, like, you're like, wow, what? Mind blown. Come on.
Setups?
Yeah, they were setups. They was good fighters, but they wasn't killers like this guy. He'll knock you into tomorrow, Rock.
Jeez, Mick. Why'd you do it?
Because the beating that you got from Apollo should have killed you, kid. It didn't. It was my job to keep you winning.
Yeah.
And to keep you healthy.
Yeah. Talk about it.
You really don't think I got nothing left, do you?
Well, Rock, Doc, let's put it this way. 3 years ago, you was supernatural. You was hard and you was nasty and you had this cast iron jaw. But then the worst thing happened to you.
You got
that
soft.
could happen to any fighter.
You got soft?
You got civilized.
You got civilized, okay.
Oh, don't worry, kid. You know, presidents retire, generals.
Okay, let's get back to it. I'm here for it. Okay, let's continue.
Now, if you listen carefully, there's a word spoken quietly that nods back to the letter Apollo read to his wife.
You see, he don't fight no real man. He fight them setups.
The setup.
According to my brother, the only
Yeah, that was the word setup he used. He used the word setup.
sellout in the movie is Apollo Creed.
You're a disgrace to your people. You're a disgrace to your people.
Rocky agrees to fight Clubber Lang. And before this first fight is where the Southside Slugger comes face to face with Apollo Creed and lets his true feelings be known.
Get out my face. Don't need nothing you got no more. Come on, Creed.
He then proceeds to give Rocky the worst beatdown he's ever experienced. Now this is where my brother says everything took a bad turn for Apollo Creed.
Okay. This where it gets extra deep. This is Coon territory. We're going into Coon territory. Come on.
Maybe we could win it back together.
Apollo offers Rocky help to get revenge,
I have the plan.
not only for the loss of his title,
Get back.
but also the loss of his trainer at the hands of Clubber Lang.
Shut up, old man. I ain't going nowhere.
Because according to my brother, Apollo had no business taking Rocky to the hood and giving him the recipe to the secret sauce.
There it is there. There it is there. All the best white fighters got black trainers, yes? The best white and Mexican fighters have black trainers, yes? How many years did Canelo avoid black fighters? Right? Didn't his trainer say we don't like to fight black fighters? Yes? Yes? Let's continue.
There is no tomorrow.
Especially when Rocky's brother-in-law was a blatant racist.
He can't train to the jungle junk music.
Jungle junk music. Remember that? When he took him to this, was it LA, South Central, wherever he took him to the hood in LA, where Apollo was from, where Apollo grew up. Because people forgot Apollo came from the hood, but Apollo was so far removed from the hood, right? Come on.
Anyway, Apollo's plan works. Rocky beats Clubber in the rematch, gains his title, and ends the movie victorious like he always does. But what reward did Apollo ever receive? Just a sultry exhibition match against a Russian machine.
The theory goes that third fight, Apollo literally knocked him out in the first round of their third fight with a left hook. Has anyone hear those theories? Anyone catch that? Did anybody catch that? Did anybody catch that in that first Creed movie when Rocky admitted that Apollo beat him in their third fight? Also, remember, part of Apollo's reasoning for taking on Drago is because he beat Rocky in that third fight. Remember, he kept saying, I beat the best. Okay, little nuggets here and there that some of y'all, you got to pick up, got to be catching, you got to pick it up. Okay, you caught it. Okay. Remember, that's what prompted Apollo to take on Drago. He's like, I already beat the best. Okay, so there's two theories we're going to tackle together at the same time. So let's go with the theory that, once again, Apollo did beat Rocky in the third fight. Okay. All right. The fight took place behind closed doors at Mickey's gym after Rocky defeated Clubber Lang in Rocky 3, even though technically Rocky owed Clubber a trilogy. That should have been a trilogy match, a rubber match, because they were 1-1 against each other. But anywho, with Apollo requesting a rematch as a favor for training Rocky, right? The film ends with both fighters throwing punches at each other simultaneously. That's the infamous painting shot at the very end, right?
Come on.
Boy, you really look good for an older guy.
Oh, you're looking good, Stan. I taught you well.
I think you taught me too good. Looking fly.
Look out now. No, you don't want to hear this. Come on.
Here we go.
Come on, watch yourself. Ready?
Okay. They exchange punches. What ends up happening is Apollo follows up with the left hook Okay. So they exchange punches. So what ends up happening, they tag each other, right? But Apollo catches Rocky leaning forward and he follows up with the left hook. He follows up with a left hook and he drops him. Literally a 2-punch combo and he drops him. Okay? Hence why Rocky in Rocky 4 has the mouse on his right eye. Okay? That's what they say. That Apollo caught him with a left hook, follow-up punch, and drops him in the first round of their third fight. Okay? All right, let's get back to it. Evidence cited. Okay, wait. One prominent theory supported by fan analysis suggests that Apollo won by knockout in the first round. Evidence cited includes a visible bruise on Rocky's right cheek in Rocky 4, which was absent before the fight, while Apollo showed no facial damage. The theory posits that Apollo used a surprise left hook and Rocky leaned forward following a right hook, flooring him instantly. This would explain Apollo's heightened confidence in Rocky 4, which some interpret as a result of a decisive victory. Okay? So here's the pushback. Another interpretation is that Rocky may have intentionally allowed Apollo to win to protect his legacy and support Adonis emotionally, given that Apollo was deceased and Adonis was seeking a validation from his father's memory. This aligns with Rocky's character as a modest and respectful man who valued Apollo's greatness. Some fans argue that Rocky's hesitation when answering Adonis's question hints at a deeper truth, possibly that he won but chose to say Apollo did for emotional reasons. Now here we go. Out of Stallone's mouth. Let's continue. Conversely, some believe Rocky was in better physical condition than Apollo at the time, even though he just got done fighting Clubber Lang. Okay. While Apollo had been training Rocky rather than preparing for a title fight. Despite this, the fight was not a normal championship bout, and the lack of protective gear and official scoring means the result was never officially recorded. In summary, Rocky officially stated that Apollo won the third fight. The actual outcome remains uncertain. Theories range from a first-round knockout by Apollo to Rocky's deliberate concession to honor Apollo's legacy, or even a draw that was never declared. The ambiguity is intentional, serving as a narrative device to highlight the mutual respect between the two fighters and the emotional weight of their rivalry.